Sometimes after bleaching you get all kinds of colored hairs. As you see in here, we have some blondish wavy hair, some dark brownish wavy hair, some medium brownish wavy hair, all kind of different colored hairs. So these are 3 hair bundles, hair ponytails from 3 different females. You can't sell them as it is because it is really in a it's really in a bad color. These hairs previously been colored by donor, and then we have bleached them now. So after bleaching, as you see, these hairs are bleached to a different colors. So what happens now? The best thing is to blend them to each other. So we get one beautiful light brown, dark blondish hair ponytail. These hairs are very soft, naturally wavy, and as you see, they have very similar textures. These 3 hairs, they've got very similar textures. So now let's start the job. Let's blend them, see how it goes. So first of all, we mix the first ponytail. Just make sure that it's well mixed itself. As you see, we just spread it on the table. And then simply we start aligning the top portion and then roll the hair so it's mixed itself. Brush it. It's brushed, it's combed from both parts, upper and down below parts. The same thing, you just spread the hair on the table and then you align the top portion of the hair. Sometimes you want to remove the unnecessary hairs from the top, just cut them through, and then you just roll the hair. So it gets mixed. Just brush it. If the hair doesn't get well mixed, this step can be just repeated. You spread the hair on the table and you roll it, brush it. So now she's done mixed 2 of them, and now she's trying to mix the 3rd one. The process is very similar to each other, spreading the hair on the table, aligning the top portion of the hair, cutting all unnecessary portion of the hair, and then simply rolling the hair to itself. These hairs are not virgin. the donor, she had colored them. So all the colored hairs, usually after bleaching, the outcome could be any kind of color, you know. It could be brownish, it could be red, it could be green, it could be yellow, it could be orange. After bleaching you can expect almost any color if the hair wasn't virgin. You might be getting some waste of hair from each ponytail, but unfortunately you can't stop that, you can't help it. There's always gonna be some waste, but we're always trying to minimize the waste. If you put all that waste on the weight, it's not gonna be much. So she's just pulling the hairs to top to align them. Sometimes you might be having hairs falling downwards. So now she feels the hair wasn't mixed well, so she's doing the mixing again. Once you feel each ponytail is mixed well, then you can mix them all together. So you've got one beautiful light brownish hair, or you may call it dark blondish hair. These hairs are naturally wavy, very soft and REMY, and 100% human hairs. We have been mixing, blending, bleaching hairs for years now, and we've tried other ways as well for mixing, blending hairs, but we feel this is one of the best, easiest ways. Well, this is a course for you. You could try it yourself. So now, as you see, we've got all these 3 ponytails well mixed. The next step would be spreading each ponytail and then mixing them all together into one. The process is still the same. Spread the first ponytail and then spread the second ponytail right over the first one, right on the top of it. Please remember, as I told you earlier, these hairs are very, very close to each other by their textures, by their shape, by their softness, by their length. There's only one thing which is different to each other, is by their colors. As you see, they have 3 different colors. So what is happening here is, what we are doing now is, these 3 colors, we're blending them to each other in order the outcome, the result, shall be very nice looking light brownish, dark blondish hair ponytail. Separately, it will be very hard to sell them because they're all looking different colors, and as you see, the top portion of the hairs are lighter than the bottom portion, because that means the bottom of the hair was colored by a donor. So this mixing 3 different hairs into one will help us to create one beautiful ponytail. And trust me, we have been doing this for a few years now, and it's enjoyable work, it's a pleasure, and we do it every day these days. We bleach hairs. From 10 kilograms of hair, we sometimes get like 1 and slightly more kilo of colored hairs. It is very hard to tell whether hair been previously colored or not. It's so difficult to say. Well, sometimes we look for gray hairs inside the ponytail, which usually is a guarantee that hair has not any colors on them. But however, sometimes you will see ponytails with no grays in the ponytail. In those cases, it will be very hard to distinguish if whether hair been colored or not previously by the donor. So when bleaching 10 kilograms of hair, we expect 1 or maximum 2 kilograms of colored hairs, which will end up in any kind of results. As you see in here, some of them could be darkish browns, lightish browns, half blonde, half colored brownish, and etc. You know, you're gonna expect all kinds of colors, sometimes even greens, blues, red ones, orange, and etc. By the way, if hair had henna previously, that's a destroyer, that's the killer. We don't like hennas. The henna hair is not good. I always try to keep myself far from the henna touched hairs, because bleaching henna touched hairs is extremely difficult, and while you bleach them, the hair gets destroyed. The hair sometimes melts because of the henna. Henna goes to the cuticles, to the shafts, or however you call it, of the hair. It's so deep and it's very hard to get them out. The chemical ingredients that we use, they usually have very hard time to get those hennas out of hair. So henna touched hairs are not good. We try to keep ourselves far from those hair ponytails. So as you see in here right now, we have almost mixed 3 ponytails into one bundle, and it's blending and keep blending, keep mixing a few times, and at the end we will reach one beautiful dark blonde hair. Yes, of course, this dark blonde hair can be colored, can be styled, but it's not recommended to rebleach it further. Also, you gotta note one thing. When watching a video, you might think the hair looks porous, the hair looks coarse, the hair looks rough. Please note, this is not true. You're not touching the hair, you're not feeling the hair. You can't tell that by just seeing the hair. When you bleach the hair with high volume, high percentage of hydrogen peroxide, yes, it does destroy the hair. It does makes the hair porous, and sometimes it does makes the hair coarse, rough. But not in our case. We teach bleaching. We've been bleaching hair for years now, and we guarantee you the quality of the hair. When we say that, we mean that. We guarantee that we've been working, we've been feeding our families, you know, by doing this job, bleaching the hairs for years now. And looking at the hair in here, you might think, oh gosh, this hair is porous, this hair is coarse, rough. No, it's not true. Trust me, when you bleach the hairs, you've got different hairs from different female donors, and all of them, they have different shapes, different textures sometimes. Well, mixing them, making sure to create one bundle, one mixed beautiful bundle, and the result will be sometimes like this, looking porous, looking coarse on the picture or on the video. But believe me, when you feel it, when you touch it, it's not so. This hair is very, very soft. In order to make it look nicer, to make it look more silky, glossy, you would need to simply just wash it. Wash it with balsam, warm water, and hang it. And there you go. You will get those results which you are looking for. I will show you that process as well in a few minutes. Just watch the video till the end. In here you've got the ponytail, the bundle ready. You might want to remove those top unaligned mini portions. You might want to brush the hair. So you see, what I said to you is, looking in here, you saying, oh gosh, this hair looks bad, this hair looks porous, coarse, damaged. But trust me, it's not. Absolutely not. If you were here touching the hair, you would say, that's absolutely what I was looking for. These are the hairs sometimes we're getting after coloring. You see, there's like 1 kilogram of hair in here, and they've got unbelievably terrible colors. Some of them are red, some of them are yellow, some of them are orange, some of them are, you see, top portion is white, the below portion is red, and they've got all kinds of different colors. So these hairs need to be blended. You must blend them in order to be able to sell them. Otherwise, in these colors, you won't be able to sell them. So this is our ponytail. It is still not ready yet. It's been mixed well. It's been blended very well, beautiful. And now just simply in a warm water, try to wash it. You may add very little of balsam, and then try to hang it on the dryer. Just leave it there. Let's just see the video. Naturally drying it, very helpful. There you go. Next morning you've got the hair ready. Yes, that's the one. The arrow is showing you that's the one. You see how silky, glossy, shapy, nice, beautiful hair. And we got it from 3 different ugly looking colored hairs. And thank you so much for your interest in our blending, mixing hair course. This was a free course for you. Thank you. Bye now. If you want to receive our notification for our listings, please subscribe and click bell button. Thank you.